Alright, guys, so we are on scene of the murder that happened last night in St. Paul. I did get here a little bit late. It did happen around 1:43 in the morning, so we're quite late. It is between Hawthorne and Maryland on Mendota. There was a male that was shot multiple times. See what I can get for you guys here. We do have homicide on the scene as well, still, as of 7 o'clock in the morning here. Um, I mean, I'm not sure if that's going to be his body behind these black barriers here. It possibly could be. Again, there was a shooting. Good morning, Minnesota News Now. Um, the male did not make it. They did have information it was a black male suspect at first, but I do believe they changed it to be an Asian male suspect. They did say there was a woman that called and said her boyfriend had got shot. Again, we do have the news on scene as well. Like I said, I didn't get here until really late today. I was busy at work, but I did post about it while it was happening. They did do a canine track. Unfortunately, they did not find the suspect. I do my best to keep you guys informed on anything that I do feel like is relevant to St. Paul. Again, we do have the news over here on this corner. More details will be available, and once they are, I will be updating any posts that I do post about this. Again, this incident did happen at 1:43 in the morning. I appreciate it. Without you, Jason, I don't know if my channel would actually took off, but I do appreciate everything that you've done and all your support. Again, as soon as more details become available, I'll definitely do my best to get that for you guys. We do have homicide still on scene here. They do have the alleyway blocked off in both directions, so I was not able to get any closer than that. We do have the news people over there as well. So this is probably about as close as I can get here, guys. Again, they did do a canine track. If you guys notice, this Honda Pilot here does have a bullet hole right in the windshield there. This cop here is taking pictures. They did start putting up the barrier there because I do believe family was showing up to the scene. It makes me believe that the victim is still on scene here. I I do want to thank all you guys for watching this live and subscribing. Thank you for your support. Unfortunately, I usually only go live when, serious things happen. In this case, it was a murder. Again, we are between Maryland and Hawthorne and Maryland and Mendota. They did request flight last night. They were unavailable. They ended up using a drone, and the drone didn't really find much. They found a couple heat signatures, but it obviously wasn't a suspect. They did have to change the battery on their drone multiple times. They did set a perimeter of 5 blocks in each direction. Again, they did not know if the suspect left on foot. There was word that he left in a car, a black truck, but they weren't sure if that black truck was involved. They also did have at least a few cameras here that are pointed in the direction of this parking lot, so they aren't sure if they caught the suspect or the suspect vehicle on camera. They did get a hold of one of the homeowners to try and see if they had video footage, and I'm not sure what their footage, if they had got him on camera or not. Again, we do have the homicide detectives here. This did happen at 1:43 in the morning. That's when the first call came in. At this moment, I am unsure if the suspect was a black male or an Asian male. I do believe that it was an Asian male, is what they said afterwards. I do believe this guy is part of the forensic unit here. I do think so. I think it's across from the Harvest Asian supermarket there. Someone called and reported 2 shots fired. There was about 3 or 4 calls on this one. One person reported that they saw a male leaving with a black face mask and a black sweater on with the Adidas logo on it. And then there was as well another call that came in that said they saw someone, they heard 2 gunshots or a few gunshots, and then they seen someone on the ground. They did try CPR on the victim, and obviously it did not save him, unfortunately. I am unsure if the victim is still on scene here. I don't understand why they wouldn't take the barrier down if the victim was, if they removed the victim's body. They do have it blocked off here from this angle, so I can't see a whole lot. There's a few people out here at the moment. I'm gonna go around this other side, guys. The sun is coming up, so it might get a little bright on the screen here. There goes another view of the bullet hole in the car here. Try to block that sun a little bit for you guys. I do have the police forensic service here. I am waiting for Mike Ernster to email me back about the details on this one. Again, it is blocked off there in the alleyway, as well as up front of the apartment building. When I get more details, I definitely will provide those to you guys. I was trying to get here earlier. Unfortunately, I was stuck at work, so I wasn't not able to. But you guys know I like to be here when the things actually happen. Try to get you guys the best footage. A lot of the times I actually get here in the situation before the police show up, so I do my best on that. Again, we did have one news station just leave. They did report on it. Have not seen a medical examiner on scene just yet. It's possible that they got another barrier coming here. Does appear that he has a barrier there. I am gonna go back around the other side of those guys because the sun is peaking again. Again, we have the homicide detectives here. This is going to be between Maryland and Hawthorne on Mendota in Maryland, right around the corner apartment building. I do believe the victim is still behind that barrier there. Unsure of the race of the victim or if he knew the suspect in any way. Again, they did have a bullet hole right here in the windshield of that car, the Honda Pilot. This incident did occur at 1:43 in the morning. It was when the first call came out. It's really interesting processing a crime scene I never actually got to process a real crime scene myself. But back in high school, we actually had a forensics class at my high school, and it was pretty awesome. We did have a St. Paul Reserve officer as my teacher. So um, she did set up the crime scene with a fake dummy, and basically it was set up like a real crime scene, and we had to figure out a bunch of different information: who the suspect was. We had to figure out who the victim was. Pretty much identify and detail every single thing that we found in the crime scene. We worked on fingerprints. It was pretty legit. Again, we got the news over there. They're probably gonna do a shot from the front. There's quite a bit of people out now. Everybody's getting ready to go to work and stuff like that. So these people across here are telling these homicide detectives that this gunshot is actually a previous incident. He said it was already there before last night's incident. What happened? The irony, I guess, of it being, happening right next to where someone got shot and killed. They did say that he was shot multiple times. I am unsure if the victim was a resident at this apartment complex. I know a girl called and said her boyfriend had got shot. They definitely tracked all the way down to Forest, possibly down to Earl, and then eventually they did stop the track after they didn't find anybody. Everybody's trying to get set up. There's one other person here trying to get set up. We got news stations all over, guys. It does appear that we have more police or homicide on scene here. Or I'm sorry, it could be the medical examiner. I do believe it's the medical examiner, guys. We do have quite a bit of news people on the other side there. See what we can see here. If you guys see a dead body, I do apologize. It's very graphic. So yeah, it is the medical examiner here. I know this is not something you guys want to see early in the morning, but this is something, a murder happens. It's very unfortunate and very sad all the way around. Again, they have been out here for hours on hours now. The situation occurred at 1:43 in the morning when the first call came in. I do want to say thank you guys for watching the broadcast. Got a heavy whiff of marijuana in this area. Didn't smell it, so I came over here by this garage, but like I said, it's very unfortunate that these incidents happen. I wish we did live in a world where, people didn't murder other people, especially for the reasons that they do. It's very sad. Sorry guys, my tripod's a little, trying to get it set up here. There is at least 4 news stations here at the moment. They are across the street. I'm not sure if they're gonna get any information, like a press release going over there. I'm trying to get basically as much as I can on video here before I end up going over there and trying to join them for maybe a press release or some sort. He took his jacket off, getting prepared. I hope the audio is good, guys, and definitely hope the video is good. Lately, I've been having some connectivity issues here. Again, you guys, I am trying to work on monetizing my channel. I need at least 3,000 watch hours. Right now, I'm only at like 411 watch hours because I mainly post just shorts, and my shorts are only a minute long. If you guys could help me out with that, I would appreciate it. It's not something I'm in it for the money. I do this to show you guys what's going on in our city. But it would help a little bit out with, gas money, stuff like that. Sometimes it gets a little expensive, but, I do it out of my own money and stuff like that. It's not a problem. It would help out, guys. If you guys want to donate, I have a Cash App that you guys can donate it to, Streets of St. Paul 1. I do appreciate all your guys' support. We hit the 3,000 subscribers recently. That's a huge milestone for me. I know it's not for many, but it is something that, I never really thought I'd ever have. I do have quite a bit of footage. I'm still working on editing, and definitely have to check it out once I post it. Feel free to check out any of the information I have on my community tab. I try to post daily articles, whether it's from twincities.com, KSDP, Fox 9, pretty much anywhere I can get some information about St. Paul. I try to put it out to you guys. I've been doing a lot of watching the Facebook pages like Minnesota Crime Watchers and St. Paul Crime Watch, I believe it's called, Crime Watch Information. St. Paul Police Department also puts out stuff, but not too often. It does appear that they're going to be taking the barriers down here at the moment. Again, I do appreciate you guys for still watching the live here. For you guys who just came in, there was a shooting last night in St. Paul at 1:43 a.m. between Maryland and Hawthorne on Mendota, right here at the corner apartment. There was multiple shots called, multiple calls of shots fired called in. One of them said that their boyfriend got shot. Another one said that there was a male victim lying in the alley. They did see a black truck leaving the scene. Not sure if they were involved or not. Of course, Jim, I do the best I can out here. I put myself in harm's way sometimes so you guys don't have to. Right now it's not as a scary situation as some of them that I've been in, or I've been in, I should say. I've put myself in some sketchy situations, but I definitely do this so you guys can get the information as quickly as possible. Sometimes I don't always post things immediately, but I do my best on that to try and get you guys the information as it happens. There was an incident that happened last night. Unfortunately, I did not get to it as well. There was a guy. It wasn't really a criminal thing, but I mean, unless someone put the stick down on the path. But there was a guy who was over off of Maplewood that he was on English and Larpenteur over there by the trails, and he was riding a motorized bicycle or a scooter, and he hit some type of branch. I don't know if it was on the ground or if it was coming out of a tree, but he hit it. When he did, he hit his head somehow. They did try to do CPR, but he was pronounced at the scene. It's certain things like that, and it was really, really dark over in that area. But it's certain things like that make you enjoy life just a little bit more. Anything could happen at any moment, it's just terrible. We do have multiple news agencies on the north side of Maryland, on the corner, trying to get all the information they can, trying to post what's relevant. It does appear that they are doing the press conference over there right now at this time. I'll definitely get you guys the details on that. I mean, you guys could definitely check out the press conference on Fox 9 or somewhere else. I am going to try and stick around here to see if I can get some more footage of this area. They are pulling out the gurney with the body bag. He is gloved up. How's it going? Shout out, girls. Had an unexpected live by Mr. Bob Fletcher last night, huh? I feel like he just does it for popularity at this point. You know, last night he said he was going to have Brian O'Hara out there on one of his live on patrols coming up here soon to talk about the dangers of what police go through. And, you know, I really just think that he just does it just to, I don't know, just for fame at this point. I mean, don't even seem like he's a sheriff anymore. They are taking some final pictures here, it appears. Like I said, guys, if you do want to see a press conference of any sort, you can go to Fox 9. I'm sure they're over there. KSTP. Jesus. The overbearing power of weed. The weed smell is in the air, guys, and it surprises me because there's multiple cops in this area right now, but yeah, it does smell like weed. It's insane. Again, we do have the medical examiner's office right here in front of me. Got the body bag right there with the gurney or stretcher or it's just a really sad situation all in all. I did my best to get here in time. So the call came in as a woman who said that her boyfriend was shot. Other people called and said they heard shots fired. And then another person called and said they heard shots fired and they saw a victim laying down behind this building here. Uh, we are between Mendota on Mendota and Maryland. Eventually, they did do CPR. Bystanders did. He was pronounced dead at the scene. They did have suspect information that he was a black male, black mask with a black sweatshirt, but then it came in as an Asian male with a black sweatshirt with the Adidas logo on it with the black mask. And they did try and track. They tried to track all the way down to Forest or possibly Earl. They did not find a suspect. They did use a drone. The drone did not catch anything. It caught a couple heat signatures, but I don't believe it was anybody. It could have just been like animals, stuff like that. They did cancel the canine track after that. They do have multiple cameras facing this area here, at least 3 cameras. So they're hoping that the cameras caught something. press conference is over, guys. The news people are all leaving. Feel free to check out the news later. It'll probably come out on the 9 o'clock news. Not sure if there's any news before then. I feel like if I was a crime scene photographer, I would just try to take as many pictures as possible, just to make sure I got everything I possibly could. Everyone is packing up their camera gear, trying to get out of here. I do appreciate it, Steeler. I will definitely try to go live more. I usually only go live when something major happens. A lot of the times when I'm out, it's usually at night. And I know when my live streams, when I go live at night, a lot of people are sleeping. And I do care about sleep for you guys. So I try not to wake you guys up, especially when something that's not major occurs. But I definitely am working on longer videos for sure, because I'm trying to get my channel monetized. So instead of posting like 8 parts of shorts, or like part 1, part 2, part 3 of my shorts, I just instead I've been editing them into a longer video. I'm not the best at editing, so I'm trying to work on that. The technical portion of being a journalist it's something I'm working on at the moment, but we are getting there. I'm definitely trying my best, and I do appreciate all your guys' support. I do my best on staying safe out here, and it's like you said, Steeler. It's already been crazy. I've been, the graduation parties that happened and the shootings that were happening. It was all, it was a lot. I'm from St. Paul, born and raised, and it's been getting worse and worse and worse. And this summer I can already feel that it's gonna be a really sad summer. A lot of people are gonna lose a lot of loved ones, and it's a really sad situation. That guy standing right there with the satchel bag, he is one of the homicide detectives here on this case. If you guys haven't already, I do appreciate if you guys give a thumbs up on the broadcast, share the broadcast with your friends, family. Make sure, to let them know what's going on in the city of St. Paul. Looked like a resident was trying to get out of his apartment or his house there. It does appear that they're going to start preparing to move the body. I will be checking out the press conference later on my own to see what information they do have available. I'm sure they provided a lot, if not a little bit more information than I've provided today. The information I have is based off of preliminary information off of the scanner. I was listening to it all night, so they can provide more detailed and more factual information, Mine is, again, preliminary information that I heard on the scanner traffic. Sometimes they're not always as accurate as, you know, the details that they do get. A lot of these cops in St. Paul do not try to release information right away. We do have a couple officers here. One of the officers I just showed you guys is sitting here eating, and I mean, I'm not sure how you just eat around this type of situation, but I guess it is what it is. When you come to scenes this often and see stuff like this, you know, it kind of just, it gives you a certain aspect of things, or a prospect of things, you know, and you know, coming to these scenes, guys, you know, when I first saw my first dead body, it was a little shaky at first. You know, I did see my first dead body when I was a kid, but it was a little different scenario. It wasn't no murder. Like the first time I did see a murder, it was pretty. It shook me up a little bit. Um, since then, you know, I've seen a few more dead bodies, and it it does get a little easier being in a situation. Again, if you guys just joined, there was a shooting over on Mendota in Maryland in the alley behind this apartment building. We do have someone here recording in the window as well. Not sure if you guys can see her, but she is recording the situation from above. She probably has a better view than I do. This lady is possibly the one that called it in and said her boyfriend was shot. Alright, guys, so they did wrap the body there. It is a murder tent, guys. That is a dead body in that black bag there. They are going to put him in the body bag. I'm sorry, it's not a great view. There's trees and a fence in the way here, but it's the best view I could get. They are loading him on the gurney here. It is unfortunate, guys. He is going to be loaded into this minivan here. We do have an Asian family across the street that's crying. I'm not sure if they're the family of the victim. Honestly, I'm not sure. For some reason, the phone that I'm using, it does not let me do the horizontal video. I've tried it, but it does not work for my phone. I do have the iPhone 13 that I'm using, but for some reason it does not work. They did find, or I'm not sure if they found any shell casings, guys. I do believe that is the family of the victim. I am not going to show you guys. She is crying a lot. I do feel extremely bad. There is 3 cameras in the vicinity that they did find. If you guys can see, there is blood there on the ground. I definitely would check out the press conference that they did. Again, I do believe the family is on scene. It's possible that the male was Asian who passed away. Further details will be coming out as soon as they're available. I will do my best to post those articles and information as I receive it. I did email Mike Ernster. So it looks, guys, you see those markers there? Those could be shell casings, or just other evidence that they did mark. It does appear that there's at least 4 to 5 markers, possibly even 6. A couple of them are turned sideways. Again, I do appreciate your guys' support. I did not expect something of this character to happen last night. Usually the crimes, a lot of the time, usually only happen on the weekend, but there has been a lot more crime during the week. The PIO will be getting back to me more than likely later today. Again, they did just take away the body, the medical examiner did. They are looking for more details here, looking for more evidence, anything that they can find. There is a lady walking through the crime scene tape at the moment and into the crime scene. Not sure if she was a family member. We do have Jimmy on scene, guys. I don't know if you know Jimmy. He rides a bike all over the east side all the time. He's usually on scene when I'm on the east side, anywhere I am. He usually pulls up on the bike. It looks like it says St. Paul Fire Department, but I think it's St. Paul Forensics Department. Not too sure. Or I'm sorry, St. Paul Forensic Services. They are going to continue taking multiple photos here. Again, we're on Maryland and Mendota, right by Arcata, Maryland. This incident did happen at 1:43 in the morning. That's when the first call came in. I was unsure if by the time I got here they'd still be processing the scene. The lady there with the hijab, she is pretty much on every scene that I ever go to. She did get really aggressive with me at one of the scenes last time. Most cops, I understand it, you know, it's a high tense situation, but there is still a certain way to be professional. No, I did not. She wasn't too happy with my location of where I was at. I told her she needed to put some tape up. She tried to argue with me. When she got done arguing with me, she did put tape up. And, you know, the tape was already there, but she tried to keep pushing me back and pushing me back, but there was no tape up where she wanted me to go. So I told her, you know, you can put some tape up, and I respect the tape. I do my best to stay off the crime scene when it's an active crime scene. I know a lot of people saw my North St. Paul video, and they trolled the fuck out of me for it. But when I did go to that crime scene, just because the tape was up, they thought it was an active crime scene, but the police were actually there taking the crime scene tape down The evidence, all there was contaminated evidence at the time because it rained overnight, so it did contaminate the evidence. I asked the police if he wanted the casings that I found. I found at least 18 casings that they did not find. He said he didn't really care to have them because they're contaminated evidence. I did pick up and dispose of them because it was a park where children play. I did not want the children to be finding spent shell casings everywhere. And as we were there, kids actually started showing up to play at the park. But again, it was not an active crime scene anymore. I did do my best. I do my best still to stay out of the way and stay behind the crime scene tape as much as possible. I try not to interfere, and I try to respect all the police as much as I can, until they start disrespecting me. Then I become disrespectful back because, I do have a First Amendment right to record, and they do not like when I record them. But I do like to hold them accountable and show you guys, what it's like, in a situation. But I also try to, show transparency as well. Honestly, I'm not sure if it hit Citizen App. I'm sure it didn't, but a lot of the people I've seen here were recording. I don't understand why it did not hit Citizen App. I used to use Citizen App a lot, to inform people. Now I try to just go live on YouTube. But I was thinking about using Citizen App just all over again, but well, see, I did point out the shell casings to them, and they acted like they didn't really care for them. You know, at that point, I did pick them up myself because they didn't want them. So like they were gonna leave them there, literally leave them there, and it was ridiculous. I thought to myself, why would you just leave them at a park? It doesn't make sense. Um, I actually had to harass the cop on 3 or 4 different occasions because I just kept finding him, kept finding him, kept finding him. Like he didn't even care after the first time of me finding him to go and do another check through to make sure there was no more. But they were rifle casings. They were 2 different rifle casings. They were 223, and then they were 7.62 casings. And then I found as well multiple handgun casing, 9 millimeter. But I was definitely, I don't try to, touch evidence and stuff like that. They told me it was contaminated. They wouldn't be using them. So, I mean, I decided to grab them up. Maybe next time I won't, based off of how much people harassed me about it. Especially because, you know, the way they thought it was an active crime scene. But I thought I was doing a good deed by picking them up. Like if you can see right now, it does appear that she has a metal detector. I do believe that's what they should have used the night of the shooting at North St. Paul, just because of the simple fact that, it's a park, and there's going to be kids playing there. Plus, the night, if you would have found them that night before it started to rain, you would have had more evidence. But I don't believe that they even experienced anything like that in North St. Paul before, let alone it be a mass shooting. So I do think that they were a little bit on the, inexperienced side of things when it came to collecting that many shell casings. Like I said before, I don't believe a mass shooting ever occurred there or any kind of shooting of that nature. Apparently, they did find a 9 millimeter shell case in there. Yeah, I do get it. It's like it was a pain. These guys in St. Paul, they do a great job collecting the shell casings, marking them down, identifying them, giving all the details about them. I just heard one of these officers say it was a 9mm casing. This lady is asking to talk to the homicide detective here. She's been saying a lot of things. I don't know if she was involved in the incident at all, or if she, I don't know if she got video of what happened, or what the case was, or if she was one of the people who called the police in the first place. I'm not sure. I do want to thank you guys who are still here. Thank you guys for watching. I don't usually go live for this long. I think my longest live was on that Rose call, the officer involved shooting recently. And that one lasted at least about 2.5 hours, I believe. We do got the news over here as well again. They are taking off now. Again, they are wrapping up the evidence right now. Yeah, I do my best on trying to get the details from them, as well as, I just keep my ears open. I try to hear what they're saying, stuff like that. Again, that guy there with the suit is a homicide investigator. Does appear that he got Nikes on or some sort. The girl is coming to talk to investigators. Does appear that she has to use the front door. Hello. Hey, are you coming? She's telling them that they got some dirty ass cops out here and she wants to see body cam footage, possibly of this incident here. The lady that's walking in the crime scene, guys, is actually the homeowner here. She doesn't understand that it's a crime scene, guys. The police told her to get back, and she didn't really care to listen. She just doesn't understand. This cop right here actually laughed because she didn't really understand that, you know, she was walking into a crime scene. She was trying to check her garden over on the other side of her fence there in the alleyway. She literally didn't understand that someone just passed away right here. Here's Jimmy, guys. I don't know if you guys know Jimmy or not. That's Jimmy. He's an icon over here on the east side. He's always everywhere I'm at on the east side. Again, we have the homicide detectives there. We have a few cops and a few of the crime scene investigators or forensic squad there.
How's things going now?
Uh,
It's Brandon, right?
yeah. How we doing?
How's things going?
It's going.
How long have you been out here this one?
Not too long, about an hour and a half.
Oh, I thought you'd been out here all night.
No, not tonight.
Was the body here when you got here still?
Yeah, it was. They just took it just like 10, 15 minutes
Can you
ago.
tell what kind of body it was? A male or female?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you couldn't get no video of that?
No, I wasn't. It was, they had it blocked off with a barrier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so by the time they got it out, it was already in the bag then?
Yep.
Oh, okay. But you got that on footage too, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So the homicide are going to be leaving the scene, guys.
They probably got maybe an hour.
So by 9 o'clock, this will be cleaned up?
9:30 probably.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know how you guys wear a suit and tie,
Or the deal, right?
right?
Again, if you guys haven't already seen the details or heard the details, there was a shooting that did occur here on Maryland and Mendota at this apartment complex. They did have, I believe, what was a male that got shot. His girlfriend called and said that he got shot multiple times. They did say a black vehicle, black truck left the scene. They did pronounce him dead at the scene after bystanders tried to do CPR. What appeared to be at least 3 casings, possibly more. They did say found a 9mm casing for sure. They did say that this vehicle was hit by gunfire in the windshield, but neighbors across the street said that that was already there from a previous incident. They did do a canine track all the way down to, I believe, Forest or Earl. They did not find a suspect. They did use a drone as well. They found a few heat signatures, but nothing too serious. I don't believe they are actually humans of anything. They believe they're animals. Right now, they are using what looks like a metal detector to look for more shell casings. Which is extremely smart. Again, I am waiting for Mike Ernster to email me back about this incident here. Should have more details later today. I'm sure you could find, I'm sure you guys can find the press conference on Fox 9 or KSTP. She is using the metal detector there. She's part of the forensics unit. They are pretty much just wrapping it up, guys, and they're probably going to be here for about another hour or so. The location is going to be Mendota in Maryland. These cops are here trying to figure out if that that bullet hole in the window did come from last night's incident. Oh, she's so nice. She's picking something out of his hair for him. So that'll, I don't know what you call it, lint or pollen or whatever it is in the air. This is real and it's live. This is live right now at 8:19 in the morning. The incident did occur at 1:43 a.m. If you replay back the live, you'll see that they brought the body out on a gurney, put it in a medical examiner's minivan. They did take it away. Those are the barriers right there that they did have set up around the body. Again, it happened behind the apartment building right on the corner of Maryland and Mendota, over on the east side of St. Paul. They did wrap the body in a black tarp as well as a gray tarp, and then they did put it into a red body bag to bring down to the medical examiner's office. Right now, they're just cleaning up at the moment. They did take away at least one 9mm shell casing. Of course, man, JS, if you want to subscribe to the channel, I do my best to get you guys as much information as possible. Check out my community tab, check out some of my old videos. I will be posting some new videos coming up here soon. I do try to post daily videos, but sometimes I don't get around to editing them as much. But I do my best on trying to provide all the information when it occurs. The scene is not active anymore, guys. Well, it's still active, but they're letting people in to move their vehicles, try and get to work. It does appear she's part of a street outreach program based off of her sweater. We got this really young cop here. Haven't seen him before. I wonder if he's a new recruit here. He's extremely young. I do appreciate it, JS. I definitely try to do as much as I can, let you guys know what's going on here. I am from Minnesota, St. Paul. Specifically, I do my best on trying to report accurate information. I do try to get as many details as possible. I am waiting until later today to hear back from Mike Ernster, the PIO, Public Information Officer of St. Paul Police Department. They did do a press conference across the street. I did not get to it. Sir, can you provide me with any details on the shell casings that you found here? What caliber they were? Okay. Sounds good, no worries. Of course, whips. Like I said, I always try my best here. Try to definitely get you guys all the information as it comes out. Sometimes I don't get around to posting things right away, but I do try to provide details as of time and date and location. If I ever post something that doesn't have that, you can always ask me. I can get it for you. We do have another news station across the street here. Again, if you want to see the press conference, I'm sure Fox 9, SDP, any of those news stations will have it. Again, if you guys see there is the blood of the victim, as well as multiple evidence markers as well. This officer is looking for shell casings still. They have searched pretty much everywhere in this general area. For Oju, there was a homicide that occurred here on Maryland and Mendota, over on the east side of St. Paul. A male suspect, or I'm sorry, there was a male suspect, but a male victim has passed away. He was shot multiple times. They did do a canine track. This occurred at 1:43 a.m. They recently just brought the body to the medical examiner's office. I do have that on video. They did a canine track. The canine track yielded no results. They ended up using a drone. The drone did not find anything as well. Flight was unavailable. This lady is asking for everyone's cards. They put her in handcuffs. So she's trying to get all the information from all the officers here. It appears that she's recording them, asking for their card. They did put her in handcuffs. I do not know why. It must have been before I even arrived. Again, if I get to a scene, you know, a lot of times I get there before the police arrive. You know, a lot of times it's pretty hectic. I got to the Crosby Farm shooting as police were arriving. The cop immediately started telling me I need to back up. She's yelling at the cops, telling them I know what the F you said, stuff like that. She was asking for their information and her card, and the guy did not provide it. The cop told her they are in the middle of a crime scene. I do not believe she was involved. There's only a very few cops on scene still. I do want to thank you guys for still watching. I know it's been a long one. At the moment, she is arguing with the police here. She's telling the cops that there's no bullets over there where this gentleman is looking. She's saying that they're all right here. And she pointed down at these ones here. From what I heard, guys, she said she was in handcuffs. This is the officer that she was harassing here.
You sure it was me or her?
He asked if it was him or her. You put me in handcuffs. Yo, she just said they said she was in handcuffs, but now she's saying that they did put her in handcuffs. Honestly, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. This lady here is yeah, that cop was just getting the crack out of it. The other girl, basically, he told her, "You think it was me or her?" He's saying that she got confused with the Somali lady and him. But yeah, she was asking for everybody's cards. She was asking or telling the detective that there's some good cops and some shitty cops and stuff like that. So now she's asking for everybody's information. Hey, Kawana, how are we doing today? We are on scene of a murder that happened this morning at 1:43 a.m. between on Mendota and Maryland on the corner apartment building in the back alley parking lot. They did have a suspect that they came out as a black male, but then they changed it to an Asian male. They did get multiple calls of shots fired. One of them said that a woman said that her boyfriend had got shot multiple times. Another call came in and said that a person was shot and they were down in the alleyway. A couple other just said that there was shots fired. They did say a black truck left the scene. They couldn't confirm if it was part of the crime here. They did find multiple cameras that were facing this parking lot, at least 3. It does say on this building here, security camera in use, but I personally don't see any cameras on the building itself. But they did die. They passed away right there. If you could see right here where those bottom 4 markers are at is where the blood and the body was laying. The medical examiner did take the body away. But again, I do think I'm going to end it here, guys. I do appreciate all your support. I would like to say thank you for watching. If you could hit that like button. Also, if you could follow or subscribe to the channel, I do appreciate it. If you're from St. Paul, definitely stay in tune. I do try to post as much as possible. I try to I post as much as I can on my community tab, as well as videos. I will be posting some more footage here soon. I got a lot in the edits that need to be edited. But I do my best out here, guys. I come out here so you guys don't have to. Just want to say thank you. And I do hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe.